Hello again, everyone. Edwin Lerner back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be giving you my Leo July 2020 horoscope forecast, part 2 of 2. And yes, this does apply and pertain to the sun, moon, and ascendant. Anyway, people, first thing up is, as far as July goes, okay, Mars is going to be in Aries, so the ninth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. So at this time, you may be dealing with certain contentious, acrimonious situations. It could be with in-laws, with grandchildren, with foreigners. It could be with people you may know at a college, university, or religious congregation. Some cases it might be physically combative and in confrontation. Remember, we are talking about Mars being in Aries, and Aries, of course, is volatile energy. Could also be on a positive note, though, about taking assertive and aggressive action in ninth house matters, such as religious matters or matters connected with publishing or higher education, doing activities perhaps with in-laws, with grandchildren. And also, too, if you're unattached at this time, Leo, it could also be a time where you might get involved in a sexual liaison. It could be with an Aries sun, moon, or ascendant person, or simply one that embodies Aries characteristics. It might be someone from a foreign land, or someone you meet through traveling abroad, someone you meet at a college, university, at a publishing venue perhaps. It could be somebody that you connect with through global communications. And also it could be about putting a lot of energy and vitality into some Aries publishing venue. It could be something connected with firefighting or welding, or something that involves courage and confrontation, or confrontation in the military. It may be connected with anything surgery, anything that could be Aries related, something with arson investigation. So anyway, well, the next thing up, Jupiter will be in Capricorn still, so the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. This could be very fortuitous for Capricorn-like employment. It could be doing something like with, say, dentistry, accounting, information technology, even architecture, something. It could be business, government, some political work. It could also be very lucky for things that are very planned, premeditated, and regimented, as far as, say, a health related matter, or something with diet and fitness, or something in matters connected with your employment and work. And also you might find yourself exuberantly providing perhaps a consistent service to others. And also keep in mind too, it could also mean Jupiter, as I've explained in previous videos, can be very benign and benevolent, but it's very paradoxical. It could also have a tendency to enlarge and expand. In some cases it may enlarge and expand Capricorn health related matters. It could be something with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings. It could be something to keep in mind. Jupiter could also be, we're talking about, connected with the liver. There can be some issues with the liver as well that can be serious at this time, and especially if this is at the time is making a, say, an inconjunct to your ascendant, or say it's making an adverse aspect to your natal sun, or even your natal Mars. That could increase that propensity for that. So anyway, next thing up. Well, Saturn will be in Capricorn for almost the entire month, so the sixth house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this could manifest in a number of ways. You may find yourself taking care of a sickly or debilitated aunt or uncle. You may be doing something very laborious. It might involve laborious Capricorn work, something that it could be accounting, or something with dentistry, politics, the government. So it's something with architecture, anything that could be Capricorn related. And also too, you might find yourself that older people might be more prominent in your daily routine. They could be older Capricorn people, they could be Capricorn sun, moon, or ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Capricorn traits. But also be careful too, if this is a period too where you might be it could manifest in some Saturn/Capricorn type health related matters. There might be something you may be dealing with in terms with the knees, the bones, the joints, the hamstrings. This could also be a time too where you might find yourself at this time involved in some very laborious service that's very consistent at this time as well, but it could also indicate some restrictions and limitations in matters pertaining to your employment. It could be something to your work, your employment. It could be just in your daily routine in general. Something that may be connected with an aunt or an uncle at this time. It could be matters with pets, anything that could be sixth house related. So, and also in health related matters. Anyway, next up. Uranus will be in Taurus still, so the 10th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this may manifest in a number of ways. You might find yourself becoming involved in some kind of Uranus career that you may strongly value. It might be something with astronomy or astrology, aerospace, even rocket science, something with computers, electronics, innovation. Might be humanitarian efforts. This could also be a time too where you might desire more freedom and independence in career-related matters. You might find at this time too people in positions of authority, supervisors, the dominant parent, which is often the father, people that might have played an integral role in your success and your stature in life. They may be acting more unpredictable at this time, or might be expressing some eccentric qualities, or acting a little bit unusual. But and you might be experiencing shocking behavior from these people as well. And also too, you might find yourself that you may be Taurus friendships. They could be Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or simply ones that embody Taurus characteristics might figure more prominently in your career, your notoriety, your status, recognition, reputation, your public image more so than usual. They may be Taurus. Again, they might be Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Ascendant people, or ones that embody Taurian traits. And whether they're more beneficial or more to your detriment, a lot of that can be predicated and dependent on aspects that are made to points in your chart. A sextile trine your natal Jupiter, they might be more auspicious in those matters, but an adverse aspect to your natal Saturn, say as an example, they could be causing some sorrow or disappointment, despondency in those areas. And this could also be a time too where matters with your career might be going through a little fluctuation, might be very erratic and sporadic at this time as well. So anyway, well, next up, Neptune will be in Pisces still, so the 8th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted. Now, this can manifest in a number of ways. You might, in some isolated cases, you might find yourself being involved in some Neptune-like surgery. It could be something connected with the feet, the toes. It could be something associated with the lymphatic system. It could also be a time of perhaps a metaphysical, which can include astrology, or even a spiritual transformation. At this time, you might be dealing with crises that are very chaotic at this time, considering we're talking about Neptune. And also too, you might be going through in some cases it could be like a detox transformation, so to speak, at this time. But you may be expressing a lot of self-sacrificing energy in matters connected with shared resources and emotional, monetary, and moral support issues as well. Now, at this time as well, you might be more susceptible to like credit card fraud or some kind of fraud involving taxes or insurance at this time. So just be careful if somebody's calling you late at night, Leo, and they're asking you they're saying it's from a bank and they're asking for your credit card number. Just be a little bit more prudent, more so than usual. Because you could be more susceptible to fraudulent activity with credit card related matters at this time, more so than usual. Now, I know a lot of you don't want me to say the dreaded D word, but you know I'm going to anyway. The 8th house is the house of death. This could be In some cases, this could be manifest in a death through perhaps a disease that can't be eradicated. We are dealing with the coronavirus right now. So, and remember, Neptune can be about diseases. Pisces can be about diseases that can't be cured or can't be eradicated. So you might be a little bit more susceptible at this time, Leo. So just take your precautions with them wearing the mask or what have you. Also, it could also be death through drugs or alcohol at this time. There could be a greater propensity for that at this time. So it's very careful. It's very important to be more prudent and careful regarding these matters at this time, Leo. Hold on a moment. Sorry about that. I'm back. And also, you might be dealing with more deceptive or duplicitous people that are involved in a shared resources situation or a sexual partner at this time as well. And you might be, again, you might be showing a lot of self-sacrifice in shared resources situations, but you might find this time that maybe the moral support, emotional, monetary support you may have been receiving might be starting to dissipate at this time and dissolve. And even the libido may be as well, and especially if there's other things that are indicators. I mean, even if you're an older person, as an example, because remember, Neptune could be about dissolving, dissipation, and the 8th house is the house connected with sex. Anyway, last but not least, Pluto will be in Capricorn still, so the 6th house is what will be emphasized and highlighted at this time. In some cases, this could manifest a knee replacement surgery. If you have bad knees, this could be that time where it may actually, you may have experienced this, but this could be very isolated. You might also be involved in some kind of Pluto health related matter. It could be something connected like with the groin or the reproductive area, something with the bladder, the colon, anything that could be Pluto related. You might be dealing also with more power struggles and upheavals in your daily routine than usual. And Pluto also is energy where we often expect infallibility. So just be careful this time, Leo, that you're not expecting infallibility perhaps from employees or people that service you. If there's any servants, an aunt or an uncle, someone prominent in your daily routine, or someone you may know at some that you may know well at some health or fitness venue, anything that could be 6th house related, even pets at this time. So and also, too, you might find yourself, remember that Pluto can be about obliteration and destruction, where Saturn will restrict, Pluto can just flat out destroy. It could be a time where your employment at this time might come to an end. It might be really obliterated at this time, but it doesn't mean it can't be supplanted, because remember, Pluto is about transformation. It's about revival. So a lot of times when something can go, when something goes away with Pluto, it can often be supplanted with something else. And you may be also doing something Pluto related as far as employment goes at this time. It might be doing something like with the supernatural, which includes astrology, occult, which includes astrology, something with insurance or recycling, anything that involves transformation, or even a field or profession associated with death, such as working as a coroner or a mortician or a funeral director, anything that could be Pluto related. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, people, Edwin Leonard saying stay well.